I am Roisin Chleirigh for the Irish Political Roundup of Outside Dáil Éireann, and I am delighted to be joined here with Majella Beattie from Care Champions. Can you tell us, Majella, who are Care Champions and what you do?
Care Champions, we're a voluntary family-led advocacy group. We would have come, I suppose, really to the fore during the pandemic, particularly when older people were not having rights to see their loved ones. And that, as we know, turned into many years where we were fighting for visitation, and many people died alone in very sad and horrific circumstances. And then, I suppose, really many families during that period of time raised extremely serious concerns around standards of care. So we have been fighting initially for window visits. That has since developed that we've been fighting for care partner legislation, safeguarding legislation. We found that when things went wrong, there was nowhere to go. HICWA doesn't deal with individual concerns. The Ombudsman won't deal with clinical concerns. The Office of the Confidential Recipient won't deal with anything other than a HSE concern, despite the fact that 81% of all our older people live in the private sector. So when harm or abuse occurs, there is no backup, there's nowhere to go, there's no transparency. So as time has gone on, we've supported over 12,000 families who've had very serious concerns about their loved ones' care or how they died. And since the pandemic officially is over, we've continued to support families who are facing the same issues then as we are now. So we have 5 key asks. We're looking for a human rights-led COVID inquiry. We're looking for care partner legislation. We're looking for care partner, true telling process, and a right for every family member to be part of their own loved one's care, to be seen as an equal person in that care. So this protest today, we brought it forward as a result of the documentary on RTE Investigates, which showed neglect and abuse in 2 nursing homes. And sadly, that's not uncommon. And we dress up abuse and neglect in this country as poor quality care. We cannot do that. Abuse and neglect is abuse and neglect, and there is no excuse. You cannot say, well, that was the pandemic, or we were short-staffed. These are human beings with human rights who are entitled to high quality care. What we now have is a government-formed or a government-led system. It's one of the highest in the world, where most of our beds are actually sold to the private sector.
Yes.
And as a result, it's a private sector without any accountability and very little regulation.
And so today you're out here protesting in this rain, and there's a great crowd around you in support of Care Champions.
Yeah, so we're just gathering now, so we'll build a bit of momentum. We have speeches starting at 12 o'clock, which would be families who have been failed right around the country in all care settings, including the 2 that was on the documentary. And our purpose is to say that we are all being failed by the inaction of government. And today we are calling on Micheál Martin and the Ministers for Older Person to engage with us, to deal with us, and to implement this urgent legislation. What we have seen since this documentary has come out from government is finger pointing. HICWA should do better, the HSE should do better, and while absolutely there are issues in those areas, they need to look at themselves, because they have created this monster of a system where there is no accountability. So for all those families and those 2 in the documentary from those 2 homes, there must be an individual safeguarding review for every individual, and those families must be supported with whatever additional supports if they want to move to a HSE service, or the HSE indeed come in and run those 2 homes.
Well, Majella Beattie, thank you so much indeed for coming on to the Irish Political Roundup in the rain, and especially introducing who you are and what you do here on the Irish Political Roundup.
Thank you.
Thank you.